leverage. What is leverage? Leverage is actually like a double-edged sword, right? If you look at a double-edged sword, it's the key to make a lot of money, and it's also the key to lose a lot of money. That's why I call it a double-edged sword. So leverage is basically borrowed capital to increase the potential returns on your investment, right? So it's basically like the ratio of the trader's fund, your money, to the size of the broker's credit. Let me share with you some examples. Let's say, once again, today, you're feeling lucky, so you place $1,000 into your live trading account. You place 1K into your live trading account, and when you are opening a broker or opening an account with a broker, right, it will allow you to choose the leverage that you want to use for your trading. Here are some options. 1:20, 1:50, 1:100. So which one do you choose? When you choose the 1:20, that means that you will have a buying or selling power of $20,000. You take 1,000 times 20, you'll get $20,000. If you use 1:50, you'll get a buying power of 50K, right? $50,000, right? So how this works is that essentially, if you don't trade with leverage, right, zero leverage whatsoever, and you only have $1,000 in your account, you can only trade like the smallest lot size, which is like the micro lot size, 0.01. That's the only lot size that you can use. But with leverage, 1:20, now you can trade up to a mini lot, which is 0.1 lot size, and you can make more money now. And obviously, if you go all the way up to 1:100, which means that you have a total buying power of 100K, you can even trade up to a standard lot size, a 1 lot size. So in this case, you can potentially make a lot of money very, very fast with leverage. So which leverage should you choose? Ultimately, at the end of the day, it depends on your risk appetite. It depends on your personality, or whether you are more aggressive or more conservative trader, right? But for me, I personally will recommend you guys to use 1:50, 1:100. This two is good enough, right? There's no point going all the way up to 1:1000 leverage, all right? That is just way too crazy. And just bear in mind that, remember, it's a double-edged sword, right? When you are leveraging, it's going to increase the amount of money that you are making, right? It's going to increase the reward. But that also means that it's going to increase the amount of risk that you are taking. So potentially, if you lose that trade, you're going to lose a lot more money. And you also, like I said, increase profit, also increase loss. So my key tip for leverage is that do not over leverage, all right? Like last time, I'll use a lot size that is way too big for my account, and I'll just use leverage that is like 1:500 because I really wanted to flip the account. So I use a lot size that is way too big. Over leveraging ended up making money super fast. Right? I was able to flip that $500 into $5,000 within a few days, right? That was like 10x returns. But at the same time, I got greedy. So the next trade I took, I used like a standard lot size, way too big for my account, ended up blowing the account, right? So I actually ended up losing the $5,000 just because I was greedy and I was over leveraging. That's why you guys must learn how to use leverage to your advantage, because if you do, it can be a very, very powerful weapon. But if you don't, it can literally destroy your account, right? So make sure you use the correct leverage. Don't over leverage. Use a correct leverage. 1:50, 1:20, 1:100. They are all good enough. All right. You don't need an insane leverage to become rich in trading. You need to focus on the process, like I said. So use the correct leverage. And at the end of the day, if you don't have self-control, if you don't choose the correct lot size to use when you are trading, it doesn't matter what's the leverage, you're still gonna blow your account, right? So still very, very important. Yes, choose the correct leverage, but also yes, you should follow your risk management plan.